Salutations, Utopians. Hope this video finds you well on this Friday evening. TGIF, thank goodness it's Friday. For those of you whose Monday this is, hang in there. You're heading in the right direction. Hopefully your plan to be prosperous is on track. With that being said, there was a full day of basketball to discuss. First and foremost, Pacers and Knicks. What a battle, Game 6. Tyrese Halliburton legacy game, similar to Anthony Edwards, was able to live for another day, not losing on his home court. Always got mad respect for that. Two of Team USA's most valuable prospects for many years to come. Also, Aaliyah Edwards, formerly of the UConn Huskies Dynasty Collegiate Basketball Program for women's sports and men's for that matter. She makes her homecoming. It was quite an eventful one. I was privileged enough to catch the double overtime battle between the Minnesota Lynx and the Seattle Storm. But though it is women basketball related, that is not what I want to talk about this evening. There's a lot of videos out there for analysis on sports, matchups, transactions. I like to deal with stuff that's kind of pertaining to real world paired with sporting events. And that today what caught my eye was the Caitlin Clark journey. Caitlin currently right now is averaging 14, 3, and 4 points, rebounds, assists. She's shooting at a 30% field goal wise and 24% from 3. I want to point people's attention to Diana Taurasi, who had made some comments during the tournament, record-setting tournament from Caitlin Clark. Reality's coming. You look superhuman playing against some 18-year-olds, but you're going to come play with some grown women that have been playing professional basketball for a long time. And a lot of people deem that as her being a hater. I mean, society is fundamentally toxic at its core if you think those are hater comments. And now she's proven to be prophetic. Furthermore, Caitlin Clark, I'm watching these podcasts, the coverage on her first 2 games. They're 0-2, the Indiana Fever. Mind you don't draft first overall if you're not a team that has problems. Though they're heading in the right direction. And you're having people say that she's being rolled out incorrectly because she's not out the gate, lighting fire onto the WNBA. Ladies and gentlemen, where are we as a society where you think it's a good idea? And there's so many podcasts with this type of discussion, this jargon that's being reiterated, where it's like, oh, she should be dropping 30 out the gate. She's the reason why they got charter flights. She's bringing a new bag. First of all, it's 2 games in. Why are we such an abbreviated society? Third problem I have with our society. You speak critically, you're a hater. If like, bro, why is everyone think there's some type of business guru or something, and like this snake oil mentality, like salesman, where you complain the league is rigged when it doesn't go your way. Then when the league tries to make her earn her stripes, now they're going about it all wrong. Like, we got to be better. We got to do better as a society. This is grossly toxic. The WNBA has been around for a long time. The W has built up for this. We're just now seeing the first batch of players from 20 years ago getting head coaching jobs. Teresa Witherspoon with the Chicago Sky, Dawn Staley with South Carolina, who've now become a powerhouse in the same right that UConn has. We're finally seeing the DNA of that generation. NBA players' daughters are now in the NBA, are now getting ready to go play collegiately, i.e. Shaq's kid, Deion Sanders' daughter. We're seeing it. It's a slow process. But we just, this instant gratification, this instant drawing conclusions, speaking permanent results on temporary moments. Everything will happen in due time. What I can't wait for tomorrow is they have a rematch against Brianna Stewart, one of the legacy bigs in the W, and Sabrina Ionescu, who we've seen her name tied several times with Steph Curry, and we've seen Caitlin Clark's name tied with Steph Curry. And what I can't wait, because first of all, women get drafted, and in a month later, they're expected to be playing their first official W game as a professional. Preseason is like 1 or 2 games. Indiana had no, Las Vegas Aces, the 3-time champions. They three-peated, going on a 4-peat this year. Got 1 preseason game, and they had to play against Team Puerto Rico in South Carolina. So, just to put things in perspective, you got all this first-time stuff happening to Caitlin, and we expect her to be a smashing hit out the gate. I don't even know when she had time to train in this last month with all the cameo appearances that she was required, right? And so now we're in this place. This is the first time where she's going to have tape on her opponent. She got to see her opponent. I can't wait tomorrow to see how she responds, because now this is the first familiar thing that she's gotten, that she's had to be able to look at since she's been put in power in the W. They just played on Thursday. They're going to have a rematch tomorrow. I want to see how she responds now that she has a second look at it. Her coach sounds like Rick Carlisle, ironically. She basically said they need to be more mentally tough, even though the Liberty are a team that just made a finals appearance last year. You're talking about the best team in the East versus the worst team in the East. How ironic that the schedule makers have the Pacers and Knicks in a 7-game series. Meanwhile, the Fever and the Liberty are already 2 games in, three games into the season, and they've already been playing each other twice. But she's going to get better. You know what I mean? You can see it. But physically right now she's outmatched. Fatigue-wise, I can tell she's overwhelmed. But, tomorrow is going to be a very telling factor about who she is in this league, because this is the first time she gets to see something that she's already seen. Everything is brand new, and everything will be just fine. She's going to be a Hall of Fame type player. But it takes time. It's a process. And we got to calm down with the sensationalism, because this is someone's career we're speaking of. All right, at the end of the day. But I've seen enough where you see the fire, you see the passion. She's not intimidated. The moment's not too big. But when you talk about first time for everything, paired with the lack of talent on the roster, or the developing talent on the roster, the chemistry has also got to be there. So we don't even really know everything yet. It's just a waiting game, all right? Utopians, I'm going to try to do better next time. In the meantime, between time, Global, out.